This week on the Push Pull Legs podcast, we talk body fat percentages and the actual benefits of strength training. Also, we debate the best sweets. Three, two, one. Your computer working, mate?
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Legs podcast with myself, Dan Meek.
And me, Tom Hook. What's going on?
Never had so many fucking technical difficulties in one fucking night. Unbelievable. Oh, computers. But yeah, I did the standard on and off trick and it worked charm, didn't it? Worked an absolute charm.
Well done, yeah. That whole system reset. Magic.
What it's all about, mate. Just like you reset your adrenal glands, you know, you just reset, you press the reset button, it's all good.
Reset done, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, mate, I've just done a food challenge and I feel like I've just got diabetes.
Signing onto Skype with Dan about 25 minutes ago now that he's finally worked out how to switch the computer on.
I think it's just my fat fingers from
he just went just done an eating challenge, feel terrible. It's like yeah, but I don't agree. I think the food that you consumed would be amazing.
No, it was an Easter challenge for those. Be out on Monday.
After Easter?
Well, it's Easter Monday, isn't it? So
people are going to be so sick of chocolate. They want to watch you eat chocolate.
So am I. I'm absolutely sick of it. Like, oh my god! Like,
I want to know a little bit more because you're not as big a chocoholic as I am. But
I do like chocolate. I love chocolate, but just not in that amount. Like, it is obscene. Like, ridiculous.
I don't know how much you ate, but I'll quite happily smash like an easy 200, 400 gram bar. Like in an evening would be very, very comfortable without even.
Yeah, mate.
Wouldn't even touch the sides.
Yeah, I could do that. This is the thing about food challenges people don't quite understand is that you're getting it as quick as you can.
So was you doing it on weight consumed or calories consumed?
We went for calories, didn't we? And no one really, everyone probably knows roughly what I would be able to. But I got like 3,500 calories in about
over the stretch of the week, yeah.
40 minutes, mate. Yeah, and it was all obviously Easter stuff, so it's all very, very sweet and just, oh god, I feel like I definitely got diabetes right now.
Cool.
So yeah, that's me for today, guys.
I feel like, would like cream eggs, does that count with the cream, like the gooey stuff inside? Is that more caloric than
face doing it? No, it's not, because it's just sugar, that bit.
Sugar.
But like Mike, fair play to him, fucking smashed a lot in. I had we had donuts as well. We had a few other things that were Easter themed, so it was just
donuts aren't Easter. Lamb.
They either got chicks on them, they were bunny ears, like the Krispy Kremes did a bunny ears one.
Great, mate.
But yeah, I'm just awful at eating, to be fair, and I'll hold my hands up to that.
I hope you didn't do this near like with Isabel present, and she would just been like, "What? What are you doing?"
She was not present.
Give me them all.
Yeah, just can't eat a lot, as you all know. But when it comes to chocolate, it's just one of the sickliest things to eat a lot of. Like,
I think people should view just for the sake of that. I'm sure that'd be hilarious. Will be nice. All right, we do have Easter around the corner. What are the plans, Dan? What are you doing?
Nothing really.
Nothing.
No, I think Tom Mans is coming to visit. I think.
Yeah, we had him on the show. Long time ago.
Coming to visit next week, Easter weekend. Coming to visit.
He's a trainer at E by Equinox. That is not how Dan knows him, but that's what he does. I'm sure he'll love the shout out.
And then the weekend after, Tom, you're down, mate.
I'm here. Yeah.
No, look at that. Fucking hell, all my friends come in the space of 2 weekends. The whole year. I've got 2 mates and they both come one after the other.
I won't come for another 2 years now. So
that's it, mate, yeah. Quite rightly as well, I don't blame you. You live in London, everyone should come visit you.
Yeah.
I'll
be down on your biceps and banter weekend, right?
You are, yeah. So we're going to be able to, on Saturday we'll be training, we'll go out some food, a couple of drinks, and then nice breakfast Sunday morning. Then, if you want me, you can watch play cricket if you want. It's up to you.
Nah, Vicky will be coming, so yeah, that's not happening.
That's gonna that'll bore the pants off her.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll be So I think that's like in the afternoon sometime on the Sunday. So it's also my brother's birthday next Sunday as well.
Oh, well.
So yeah, pretty hectic time, April. To be fair, pretty hectic time.
Yeah, not so much for me as it's still Easter holidays and clients
We're still away.
are still away. Some people just come back from like Nepal, but yeah, we still got away in Florida. I don't know, St. Moritz, all the kind of random places. Yeah,
St. Moritz, I've been there. Snowboarding.
Yeah, very, very, very nice. But yeah, you have to have money to go there. But yeah, everybody's away. But we've got stuff to talk about, mate. As per usual. We've been sent a few things as well, which we're... Well, I feel like you sent me this, but also I think a lad who listens to the show called Jack sent me it as well. But you're going to talk about it because you know far more about this than me.
Well, one of my clients sent it to me as well, and he was like, you and Mike have got to do a video on this."
Oh, really?
It is hilarious, but at the same time, it's also very, very scary.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about old, God bless him, Eddie Hall, and brute strength of the man is undeniable. But I'm unsure what he's doing right now. I mean, you can go into it, mate. I mean, we're really going to talk about I don't know, Poliquin-esque hormones and sleep and this madness that he's been given.
The video is just ridiculous. Like, he's there with a trainer of some description. I say trainer. It looks like he's just his mate. And his mates
we'll put it in the group and we'll share the link.
His mates, they're taking caliper readings from all over his body. He does like his cheek, he does like his neck, he does all sorts of stuff. And it's like...
So we're both caliper trained, right?
Yeah.
I haven't done it since I was trained.
I can tell you now, you never need to do a cheek. But anyway, so he's there testing him. He's there testing him away, and he like pinches a few bits, and he just says random shit. And Eddie Hall just kind of like nods on, like, "Okay, cool, yeah, cool, yeah." So basically, one of the bits he picks out of him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this bit shows that your insulin's not working as well as it should." Oh, no. And he's like, "So we need to put you on like carb cycling for that." And Eddie Hall's like, "What's carb cycling?"
It's like you eat your bagel whilst on a swim bike, right? That's classic.
So he says this sort of shit, and then the other one he said was, you've gone up on this reading on another one, which shows that you're not sleeping deeply enough." I was like, "What, mate?"
Wait, but where did you get it from? What was the which skin caliper position?
I can't remember off the top of my head. Probably, I think it was
none of them are valid for that.
This is kind of the point at the end we're going to talk about, really. But and then he did another one. Like I think he did his abdomen, and he was like, "That's gone up," and he's like, "Yeah, that's because of stress." And Eddie was like, "Well, I've been traveling a lot," and he's like, "Exactly. You know, you're just stressed out from all that and all this." But no, you've been eating a lot, Eddie. That's the problem, mate. You're getting body fat. And then there was one that went down, I think, and he was like, I can't remember exactly what it was now. You get the video and you know, people will be able to see it, but just so far removed from science and what is actually true, it's ridiculous. And Eddie Hall's just there nodding along, like, "Okay, cool, yeah, I'll do that. And he basically, this guy goes, "Yeah, you need to take all these supplements to fix it all, do some carb cycling," and he's like, "And you need to like make sure you sleep better." And Eddie Hall's like, "Oh, okay, I'll just stop masturbating then, or should I start masturbating? What should I do?" And he's like, "Well, whatever calms you down," and all this sort of stuff.
I'll give a little leeway that what we'll talk about in a minute about strength training, about sleep as well, which doesn't bode well for what this guy's saying.
Yeah, just like unbelievable stuff coming out of this guy's mouth. He just carries on reading off the shit. And it's painful to watch, but at the same time, you have to remember with Eddie Hall is he's not natural, he's assisted. So there are elements to what he does where it doesn't quite have the same, I suppose what he does doesn't have the same relevance to other people based on his training and all that sort of stuff, recovery. But the biggest thing that I took from it, and the biggest thing I want everyone else to take away from it, is that body fat percentage testing is pretty much pointless. The only way to accurately know your body fat percentage is to kill you and blend you. It's the only way. Like, whatever number anything spits out, it's a guess. Same with a DEXA scan. A DEXA is a gold standard, but a DEXA scan is flawed. You can go in there and you can eat fuckloads of carbs, take some creatine, drink fuckloads of water, and it'll tell you you've got loads more muscle than you actually have. And that will then affect your body fat percentage. DEXA scan can accurately give you, or within reasonable accuracy, give you how much fat mass you've got, like in actual grams or kilos. but it will not be able to give you an accurate reflection of what that is as a percentage. And people are so obsessed with knowing their body fat percentage. No one walks around with a fucking sign on their body saying, I am 12%, I am 14%. You either look good or you don't. Or you feel good or you don't. And like, it really does my head in, because people like that show these calipers, they do all these tests and they go, oh yeah, here you go, you're 18% body fat. And I'm sure the course that you went on was the same as mine. The course of mine, they said, always add up the millimeters of the sites and give that score. That's the score that they can improve on, because we're testing how thick each area is. That's what they can improve on. The percentage you give them will be fucking pointless, and it will be a guess.
But that's the sexy number, isn't it? That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, and like, it's completely made up. Completely made up. Like, I don't care what machine you use, it's made up by every machine that ever uses it. And like I said, because the only way to accurately test it is to kill you and blend you. So unless you want me to do that, there's no point finding out your body fat percentage.
Good, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand the obsession. And it's because you hear shit like that guy in the NFL. Oh yeah, he's 1% or 2%. No, he's not.
That lad. Drafts in a couple of weeks. That'll be funny where he goes if he.
He'll be dead, mate, because he's probably dead because he's got 0% body fat. Unbelievable.
I love when he was like, no, it's actually 0.2% higher than that. I was like, all right, mate.
Yeah, come on, mate.
Sorry, yeah. Jesus Christ, yeah. Okay, it was a little bit low. Yeah, but I think one of the takeaways from that video, mate, as well, and it happened also it's more about pro athlete, ex-athlete advice, and the fact is, normally when these guys are performing at such a high level, Eddie Hall, biggest deadlift in the world, world's strongest man once. Not now, but has been. These guys possibly don't know everything about what they're doing in basically training or fat loss as well, and that comes as a shock to a lot of people. Just because you're the biggest guy in the room probably doesn't mean you know how to be the biggest guy in the room, and vice versa if you're getting lean. It happened. Who was it? I think that swimmer, is it Karen Davies? Sharon Davies, that's the one. Was on like Good Morning or some daytime TV show. I'm sure you watch.
With all my free time I've got.
Yeah, we know you got YouTube videos. That's it. And so she was spouting about the fat burning zone, and she was getting asked about like obesity epidemic in our country and getting people into sport and swimming, obviously. And she was like, oh, people are doing this all wrong because you have to enter the fat burning zone to lose weight. Never gave any advice about just maybe walking a bit further, maybe eating a little bit less. But no, you will not burn that body fat unless you are in the fat burning zone, which is madness. Everybody knows. I believe that it's the fat. I'll get this wrong because this is how such a bad PT I am. Is the fat burning zone between 60 and 70 or 70 and 80% of heart rate?
I think it's like 60, 70. It's the aerobic zone, isn't it? It's the aerobic.
It's that kind of not really doing anything. It's the faffing zone.
It's where the reason they call it the fat burning zone is because it's the area at which, if you're at that percentage heart rate on average, supposedly that you will burn the most fat as a fuel for that exercise. As in, the exercise is quite easy to do. You don't need carbohydrates. Your body can naturally just burn fat to do that. Whereas then you above that have anaerobic zones which require carbohydrates, and that's a lot harder.
I know that, Dan.
I know you. I'm just for the people who
okay.
You know, because it's not just me and you having this chat.
You're looking at me like you're in like condescending. So you're like, Tom, come on, mate, you should know this.
To be fair, it's probably useful you do hear it. To be honest, you know what I mean. You and your nutritional knowledge.
Very sad that I was actually teaching a workshop on this. I had to kind of reread the slides. Every time I teach, I learn as well. It's madness. I'm just like, oh really? Wow, cool. Where have I got that from? But we're doing training zones, all that anaerobic respiration, ATP, CP. I haven't revisited that in a while. I'm doing power development stuff at the moment. So ATP, CP, and there's another name they started calling it, which I wasn't really aware of. So I was like, ooh, new names, amazing. It's just going to confuse me further, but that's all the like 0 to 3 second power, 0 to like 3 to 8 second, all that rubbish, creatine, phosphate. But yeah, I think the takeaway is don't really trust ex-athletes Or
no, it's not their job. They don't need to know. They just do what they're told.
They do what they're
and if
told.
they get results, sometimes they get results in spite of what they're told. Like what they're told is actually making them worse, but they still are the best, even though they get the shit advice.
So the interesting thing, obviously, about Eddie Hall with all of that stuff, because I'm going to guess that since he's stopped doing so much strongman work, he's probably come down in weight.
Yeah, I think in the video he's pretty lean. Like he's got a six pack.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look the best because he's got
massive. Yeah.
So much drugs in him that his stomach's so distended it just looks like he's like a barrel six pack. It looks a bit odd. Not my cup of tea, but yeah, whatever. Let's just skip over that bit. But yeah, it's one of those where it's like he obviously has lost a little bit of weight, but it was just the stupidity of it. Like it was. But again, like there was another one the other day, Brandon Hardin. I pulled it up on my Instagram. This kid, right, has got 340,000 YouTube subscribers. Jealous much, but he's there and he's a bodybuilder. He started taking drugs. He's open about his drug use as a bodybuilder, which is great, whatever. But he's giving out advice on it, and whether it's questionable or not, I don't know because I don't know enough about drugs. But he said that 2 weeks before his show, he was cutting out energy drinks and fizzy drinks because of the carbonation. He said that the carbonation bloats at his midsection.
Is it?
The bubbles in it. The fucking bubbles in it. And I'm there going, this kid is telling 340,000 people the bubbles in Diet Coke are bloating him. Or Monster he was referring to. And I went on my stories and I was like, just shake it, mate. Make it go flat and drink it. I was like, genuinely like, but no one, I went through the comments as well and nobody said anything about it. Nobody. So everyone's just sat there watching it, just taking it at face value and like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. And he said, he's like, a lot of competitors take it out because of the carbonation. They don't want the carbonation in them and all this. And I'm like, no, they cut it out because of the sweeteners in it. They think that the sweeteners are going to affect their midsection or their bloating or whatever.
And like, got confused about the first like 4 letters and was like, oh, maybe I'm cutting carbs. But these haven't got carbs in. All right, carbon. Yeah. That's the same thing, isn't it? Yeah.
But he also said in another video, that he's changing out his chicken or his turkey, whatever it was, for fish because fish thins the skin.
Is it?
Yeah, fish thins the skin. Ridiculous. Honestly, like
I do like it. I mean, a good bit of gammon will do the skin any good. Yeah.
Gammon, yeah. Refer to previous episode. But yeah, it's just like it is painful. Like genuinely, like some of the advice given out is just painful. And again, he's the same. He's got he's a very very good bodybuilder. He's got great physique. Clearly knows absolutely nothing.
I mean, yeah, it can be shocking, but to give some people, maybe trainers out there who do skin caliper testing and the hormone profiling, all the stress stuff and the cortisol stuff, and it was popularised by who, Dan?
Charles Poliquin.
Rest in peace. But I don't think that would have been BioSig something. BioSig 1, BioSig 2, I don't know. BioSig of some sort. I don't think a lot of people are using it now, but if you are still using it, stop. Yeah, it's absolutely
because you're lying to people.
Because it's wrong. There's no point in it's just they came up with it. Must have been about 35 years ago, and it was just based on nothing. Bro science, and it was like because your kneecap fat has a little bit too much cortisol in it. You're like, what? Okay, well, I don't think I've got fat kneecaps, so I think I'll be okay. But estrogen level was
it was a way. Mad. It was basically a way for him to sell supplements.
Yeah,
because he basically said, and that's what BioSig is all about. It's like, right, you've got this fat in this area, you need to take a supplement, and all the things that they said, the result of all of them, a way to get rid of it all, is Tom to do what?
Get rid of it all. Calorie deficit.
Yeah, so it's literally to cut calories and to weight train, eat a high protein diet. And most of the time, all those markers that they were talking about would have gone down. So they were always like, they basically picked up on things like, oh, your tricep fat means that you've got low testosterone. Your chest fat means you've got high estrogen. Your lower back fat means you've got high insulin. So what they do is they put you on a calorie deficit. They put you on a shit diet with no carbs on it. They run you into the ground. They weight train you, make you buy all their supplements. And you think it's the supplements that have done it. But actually, all you've done is resistance train with a high-protein diet, with plenty of fibre and good veg and stuff like that, and you've been in a calorie deficit, and you've lost... And that reverses all those things.
Again, it's not sexy, Dan. God, you do the wrong things. So.
I'm not sexy, that's why. Do you know, like, I'm used to doing things that aren't sexy, and that's why.
I say big words and then just walk out.
I might start doing that, because that's what all the fucking people do in this industry. I swear to God. Like,
no, we're too simple, mate. Let's see straight first. But yeah, I think that's the end of that topic. But kind of relaying into what Eddie Hall does, or has done for a long time, in strength training. And I wanted to briefly talk about some of this because it cropped up on my Instagram feed. Apologies, guys, I don't really post that much. Doing other things, that's crazy.
Too busy, mate. Too busy.
Too busy. No, we're writing some like speed power development stuff, which should be nice and exciting. So should be fun. More my jam. I like doing that kind of stuff. But Dr. John Rushin, I believe that's how you say his name. I followed him for quite most of my PT career. He always seems like a bit of an angry fucker when he does his videos, but really, really nice. Well, all the stuff, I agree with nearly everything he says, so which is quite cool. But his like goblet squat challenge thing came up, and I remember reading this about 2 or 3 years ago. I don't think I ever did it, but I feel like I should do it. So the relative strength goblet squat test, and it got me thinking about a couple of years ago. I set out guidelines for all of my clients for what I would like them to achieve with me, and those are my kind of baseline things that I will set as kind of standard goals. They might have come to me to look better, feel better, rehab a knee, do this, blah, 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 blah. But there will be certain things I will be having as like secondary goals. But in my secondary goals for them, but primary goals for me, because they will get to their actual goals better, basically.
Because the other thing as well about things like that is that you know as a coach that if they hit those secondary goals, they will hit their primary goals.
They will hit their primary goal, 100%. If I get them to do this certain amount of strength training, they're going to look better and feel better, 100%.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, well, we win-win. You get to do exactly what I want to do, but you're going to get there. It's just convincing them of that. And usually I'm in the position that they've kind of come to me for that, so which is nice. But if we're talking about... just to have a little bit of the benefits of strength training, because there was a nice little graphic with it. So commonly known benefits of strength training. I won't quiz you this time, mate. Benefits of strength training. First one's a little bit easy. Develop strength. Thanks, mate. Good.
Wow, that's insightful.
That doesn't need to be put on there. Increase muscle mass. Shock. Reduces body fat. Yeah, I'd say that. It might not reduce it. I think it will reduce percentage. Because it reduces proportional representation.
Yeah, but you can't reduce percentage, though. We just established that, Tom. I know what you mean.
Increases bone mineral density, 100%. It is a common... it should be a common use for osteoarthritis. And
that's why more old people should do it.
Osteoporosis, old people. Definitely in Australia, they're that forward-thinking. They have gyms in hospitals, and they give it to arthritic patients and osteoporosis patients and osteoarthritis patients. Amazing. That's exactly what should happen. Boost metabolic rate? Slightly. Technically it does. Not that much that everybody thinks it does. The epoch effect is crazy, but also, gain muscle mass. How much muscle mass could... I don't know.
Something daft like 6 calories per pound or something stupid.
Like that.
But technically it does.
Technically it does, right? And reduces injury risk, the commonly known ones. And these are the not so commonly known ones, apparently. So it's interesting. Increase mobility and flexibility with strength training.
Yeah,
100%, because you end up going to full end ranges, which increase.
Well, I mean,
hopefully, yeah.
I mean, I see a lot of.
I should see the benefits of real, proper strength training. Not down squat shots. Improves cardiovascular health. 100%.
Yeah,
does, because generally your interest at like reliability. Endurance is going to be better, so you're going to be stronger. You're going to be able to do stuff more efficiently.
Decreases as well.
Reduces chronic pain. I do a lot of strength training. I'm always in pain, but
I was about to say it adds to my pain.
But imagine where you could be, mate. You'd be even worse if you weren't doing strength training.
I know.
So this is the one for Eddie Hall. Improve sleep quality. So because he stopped doing so much strongman, he's definitely losing his sleep.
Yeah, no, he needs no. You're wrong, mate. He needs a supplement for that. He needs a supplement.
So yeah, that's a lot to do with CNS fatigue, and you generally have to shut down and chill out. I've had people say, well, we've had it before where we've been strength training for a while, and then you start to feel very fatigued, very tired, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. You start to want to sleep more. This one's an interesting one. I don't know how right it is, but enhances mental health. It's a strong. Yeah,
I think. I don't know how. Yeah, with research.
I don't know what the research is on that. I think it's an interesting statement. I think it could be valid.
I think it makes people feel better, doesn't it?
I think if you're hitting numbers or you're looking better because of it or that kind of stuff, it would enhance mental health. It gives you a goal as well. And last one, definitely improve balance and coordination. 1000%. It is shocking. If I could spot a deconditioned person, I will generally think they cannot balance or coordinate themselves very well. It could be a case of cerebellum or something like that. That's the thing that controls your balance in the brain. But it's more likely they don't know how to recruit when they're put onto one leg, or they don't know how to weight shift or contract somewhere. And it becomes incredibly easy to someone who's stronger. 1000%. It's madness. That's why strength training should be the foundation of everything. But so going back to the guidelines of what was Dr. John Rusin was doing the relative goblet squat challenge. So he talks about, if I get the actual thing up here, is his goblet squat. I believe it is 50% of your body weight, and then you are aiming for 25 repetitions and above.
I did that the other day, actually.
You did that the other day?
Yeah.
So you're about 50 kilos, so 25 kilos.
Yep.
Dan's about, I don't know, 80...
No, I did
75. You're 75
I'm
kilos.
75. I did the 35 kilo dumbbell. I think I did 20. So, but I didn't. Obviously, I wasn't aiming for. I was just doing 20. I wasn't aiming for anything. But I could have done 5 more.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's really good because again, like the thing with that is people think, 35 kilo dumbbell, like, I can squat with 50 kilos on my back easy. Yeah. It's like completely different ball game.
So obviously with the goblet squat, you're talking ugly compensation patterns generally to be a complete round in. And the fact that somebody probably, if it's also testing any kind of grip or upper body kind of thoracic strength and shoulder strength to hold that thing in place.
And cardiovascular, fuck me.
CV, 25 reps, yeah.
Oh my god, I was like, blowing out my arse after doing 20 then.
I think it's an interesting one to do. I might do a few before pre-Easter with a few of my clients who I think can probably achieve that. Probably I would give them like 15, 20 reps previously and then build them up, obviously. That goes without saying, 100%. I'm sure it wouldn't for a lot of people. They were like, yeah, just go! Straight in.
How much body weight
how much do you weigh? 110 kilos. Alright, yeah, there we go. Let's find a dumbbell. But yeah, it could be an interesting one. I think it... And generally speaking, I think it doesn't really matter between gender.
No.
I don't think it does at all. I think that is, totally...
Catered for in the body weight, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think that'd be good. So that is one that will make its way into my kind of testing thing. But if people want to know, I look for at least 10 clean, proper push-ups with all my male clients, at least 5 with most of my female clients who've got that kind of athletic game. I look for at least... This is after 6 to 12 months of training with me from kind of any capacity where they're from. Obviously, there's caveats of maybe they're not with me that much or crazily old, that kind of thing. I always aim for 1 to 3 pull-ups for females and then 5 plus for males would be the general thing. This is probably after a year of those pull-ups. Deadlift-wise, not too fussed. I'm going to go for more into a trap bar deadlift. And that's going to cover my squat and my deadlift patterns, if I'm honest. I don't mind, cat's out the bag, I don't mind if your trap bar deadlift is a bit squatty. 100% don't care. You're just getting it up. far as I'm concerned. It's absolutely fine. If I want to make it more squatty or deadlifty, you can change that in 2 seconds with just like move your hips up, move your hips down. Okay, start from there, go. I wouldn't really bother with that. I want that to be at least body weight for 10 would be an easy goal for women. And then I would do 1.25 body weight for 10 for men. And notice how that was 10 reps. I'm not looking for an absolute strength factor because not many of my clients need that. Absolutely fine. Then I have a Versa Climber thing or a air bike, assault bike, whatever. They generally have to hit, the 40, on the Versa Climber I do more. So they've got a 45-second feet climb. And I want... I know, right? So that's just bordering to like anaerobic capacity.
It's bordering onto hell, mate, that is.
So for females, I'm looking between, it's like 80 to 110, and then males upwards of 100. I don't mind. That's absolutely fine. Well, I think it's between 100 and 140. Based off size as well, because that is a limb length issue, but there's a little bit more of a range. And those are my basics. I'm not looking for like any broad jumps because that's very like niche. Any runs or anything like that. And notice how both those performance tests that I picked, pretty much anybody can do. Assault bikes and Versa climbers. They're pretty popular now, but pretty good. Dan, do you have anything that you look for? I don't know, prerequisites or stuff that you generally just throw in?
We do have on our training plans, we do have like PB lifts, so we have certain lifts in their program that we want them to make sure they focus on increasing over potentially others, and that's usually geared around weak body parts or areas they want to bring up or improve upon. But interestingly about the whole goblet squat thing is that about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I wrote up one of my clients' training plans, and I put in for her at the end of her leg day one set of AMRAP goblet squats with 20 kilos, and again, if they're around 50, 55 kilos, whatever, it's just and again, it's obviously after leg day, so she's obviously going to be pretty fucked from it. But the point is that they keep the weight the same, and you can obviously do more reps, and you've obviously got stronger, and you've increased the amount of volume you can do and stuff like that. And just interesting, like that, because again, it's one of those things that it's pretty safe to do. Like, you can't fuck it up, you can't really go too wrong, and if you fail, you fail, and you just drop the dumbbell down in front of you, and like nothing crazy happens. Whereas other people do it on crazy things, and it was just so things like that. I've started bringing now more people that are focused on performance and off season and things like that. Whereas people are dieting, it tends to be more around maintaining strength for certain things. So again, they'll get certain lifts. I'll be like, right, you got to maintain on this. Others, I don't mind if things drop a tiny bit or whatever. But I think that's something that is very, very important to do when you're in person, because you can keep an eye on it, whereas someone can say like, oh yeah, my back squat's gone up, yeah, loads or whatever, and I'm like, I need to see a video of that, and then you look at it like, no, it's not. Whereas in person, you can be very much like, it's very reliable, you can just repeat the test over and over again, whereas if you said to them, set this up like this, there's no guarantee they'll do it the same each time and all that sort of stuff, and all that, you know, when you're there, you can push them and all that sort of stuff, so definitely something if you're in person. I think it keeps your client interested and engaged with their training as well. Like, I think it gives them, they kind of know they're being tested. If you say to them, well, we'll do this again in 12 weeks, we'll see where we're at, and they actually want to improve. And I think that's an important aspect of in-person PT, is you're challenging them all the time. Because obviously I challenge them all the time anyway, each week usually, with the nutrition stuff and elements of that. So, and
be wary if you're doing a test like that, the test is for good, clean, like reps. You're not challenging like
it's not a fucking hit. It's not a hit class.
Yeah, you're not challenging them orthopedically. Yeah, you're not trying to put your hip halfway through your pelvis and be like, yeah, that was good. Whatever. But
I'm just gonna do it in a
minute. Yeah, one good one. But yeah, if the common weak links, generally, if you don't hit that in perfect form, if you're going to go try it, you can kind of round it down to 6, written down here, is shoulder stability. So basically you've got to do a load of shoulder activations. If you can't physically, if you feel like if the person fails on actually just holding the thing, is a big one, right? I'm about 88 kilos right now. So I'm holding a 44 kilo dumbbell. The chances are that my legs are going to be fine with pushing that for 25 reps, but the chances are me holding my thoracic and my shoulders is probably going to be a little bit tough. I would say that's going to be the go-to. So that's going to be a core stability deficit. So core work. But that's going to be, if somebody's going to get better at that, guess what I'm going to make them do? A load of like front rack loaded carries. and they're going to be you're set up for a goblet squat position and make them walk there. So I think a lot of people just do farmer's carries or single arm farmer's carries, and you can go into a goblet squat position and make your client lean forward. Guess what's going to be on? Because you pushed your center of mass over and onto your balls of your feet, and it's just be like rock solid in there, and then make them walk around. Screw it, it's great. Either goblet or a high rack like kettlebell position, amazing. You got hip stability stuff. Generally, if they're not hitting depth after a while, or they're just bouncing in and out based off their stretch reflex, it's probably going to happen. Also, just prioritize single leg training if it was a hip mobility deficit. So you just do a load of I don't know. I probably make do rock backs quite a lot, getting used to that kind of position and then start loading it. Like pulse squats in that position as well. I'm doing a fair bit of that work lately. That's where if you take a lighter load, like 5 to 8 kilos, something like that, and you're pulsing it out at the base of your squat, you're kind of greasing your hip into sitting in that depth and maintaining an upright posture. And then there's generally people might not get kind of full body coordination if they're going through there as well. They can't kind of disjoint where their thorax is sitting to their lower body. And lower body strength if your legs give way. So then you're going to, guess what you're going to do? Loads more of those goblet squats.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it. It should be more foundational. So press ups in a minute is really simple. So good clean press ups in a minute. You can rest as much as you like. That's an easy test to apply, but it probably isn't done on that. So pull ups in a minute, a bit harder because it's more taxing. But it's interesting, mate. Interesting, I thought. I've got written down here is sporting comebacks because I just want to talk about Tiger Woods.
Oh, I'm bored of this. Do you know what as well? The other thing I'm bored about this week is Game of fucking Thrones.
Mate, I am a massive Game of Thrones fan, but I don't think I can call myself that because I haven't watched it yet. And this is Tuesday we're recording. I realised it only came out yesterday over in this country, and Vicky has watched it. So I basically blocked her on my phone until until I can watch it.
I just was I don't get it. I just don't understand the obsession.
And the fact is, there's loads of good football on this week as well. So I'm that
tells me everything I need to know about Game of Thrones, Tom. The fact that you've watched all the series and you'd rather watch football over it tells me it's not great.
I'm more into football than Game of Thrones, probably. But I do need to watch it 100%. I might. But I've got early starts as well, so it's and I don't feel like it's not right watching it in the middle of the day when I get back from work, which is the middle of the day. Sometimes.
Which is the middle of the day, exactly. Let's not be
That's not really funny, but mate, it's awesome. It's great, love it. Game of Thrones is amazing, but sporting comebacks, mate. What is your, because this is an it does divide opinion, and I'd like to know your opinion because you surely know the story of Tiger Woods. Obviously, I'm a big golfer. And this is the issue of
left his wife, shagged loads of prostitutes. That's what he did, isn't it?
So he had over 120 affairs, something like that.
So stupid, isn't it?
It's madness. So, and also he got arrested for driving under the influence of drugs. What
a role model. So
he was an addict of some sort. I think he was self-medicating of some sort. And obviously he had spinal fusion surgery, quite a lot of that stuff. Had to relearn everything. Lost his touch. When he was coming back was about over 1,500 in the world or something like that. But has come back to win the biggest golf tournament in the world after 15 years of not winning a major. I've got to look at. I feel like these kind of stories you've got to look from two different perspectives. I think as a human being, he's slightly disgraceful, and that's that's where I fall down. I'm like, sporting achievement, coming back from that injury, coming back to dominate that, absolutely unbelievable, amazing. I love golf. He's the guy I grew up with, but kind of killed it when we found out what a horrid person he is.
Well, yeah, everyone makes mistakes, but not 120 of them. But
yeah, I mean, it's madness. It does seem to happen in golf quite a lot. I don't know whether it's because it's very closed off. You spend a lot of time by yourself, or maybe it's all on you kind of vibe. But they tend to be a lot of not nice guys. I mean, Rory's one that apparently is slapped around.
I think they have to just focus so much on themselves
Yeah.
Like, when you're on the course, you can't be on your phone, all that sort of stuff. I think like you said, very isolated, probably travel the world a lot, but
I'm sure they have a team, but it's still all on you, isn't it? So it's strange. And I don't know.
I think it's just a lot of you have to have a lot of self-belief, I think.
Yeah.
I think maybe that carries over into arrogance.
Arrogance into the world, and then you kind of think you're better than whatever's above stuff that's happening. So
and you get paid a fuckload to hit a little ball into a hole.
That's only the very good ones, mate. So that's the only thing.
Yeah, true.
There's the slum ones on whatever tour. There'll be like little tours around like UK that are you're just trying to work to make a living, getting sponsored and stuff like that. So there's people who work in American golf who are on tour, who are professionals, who are on tour, but they tour the UK at little golf clubs and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy. I only learned that about 2 years ago, and I was like, what? You're all right? Okay, cool.
Well, yeah, but there's football. It's
like challenge tour. Yeah.
Conference South.
Conference and stuff. Yeah, but
at least League of Southend, same thing.
Southend are getting relegated, so that's really fun. Haven't won since January. It's great. Right, we've got to review a tier system thing, haven't we? Then
it was just shocking. Like I haven't got it up, to be fair.
So I've got it right here. So I've got it up. So it's one of those God tier, top tier, mid tier, low tier, shit tier.
Load of shit. The whole thing.
So it was sent to us by Ben from the internet. That's his handle. So it's sweets. And just to put a disclaimer out here, I'm not the biggest sweet advocate. If you're standing there, I'm going to pick chocolate or ice cream way before I pick gummy sweets. Would you say that?
Yeah, I used to. I do like pick a mix though.
Pick a mix is cool, yeah. But I feel like but again, some of these aren't even. I guess it is more a pivot. It's like a pick a mix, isn't it? So we should really go through what we would do at a pick a mix, because that's how you should really rank this. So God tier, what we got? You can make the noises if you want. There's like or that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So those are like the fizzy cherries.
Very good.
They're decent, right? You got the strawberries.
Straubs. Yeah, they were.
They look alright. Fizzy cola bowls.
No.
So that's in God tier.
Absolutely not in God tier.
And jelly snakes.
No.
See, I like a jelly snake, but they're so big you only put one in.
It's God tier as well. Is it God tier? No, it's not. High good tier, yeah.
Also, fizzy cola bottles. I'm not a fan of anything fizzy. Apart from drinks, but I've got to watch the carbonated stuff. So we've got to go top tier. You got mini eggs. They're mini eggs, mate.
Sweet, is it?
It's
chocolate.
It's in the wrong category. Also, it would be better than every single one of these on the list. We got normal Coca-Cola bowls.
No, absolutely not. The bottom. They're at the bottom.
Fried eggs.
No.
They're good, mate.
Too much foam.
They're good. These are awful. The jelly bananas.
No.
They're absolutely vile.
They're awful.
That is top tier. This guy's got no idea. Mid tier. Jesus, jelly babies. No, like what is? This is written by somebody's nan. Like,
yeah, these are
Worms Originals will be next.
Yeah.
Right, those little white chocolate disc things with the like hundreds of thousands of things on them.
Poor.
That's a poor choice. It's only good in there because you're like, oh, I want some chocolate in there, and that's the only thing really available, and that's about it. That's why you pick it, guys. The hearts with the little foam from the Haribo things.
They are much better than mid.
They're good, but they're the same as the fried egg, mate.
They're not. It's the foam ratio, Tom. The foam ratio is 1-to-1 on the jelly sweet to that.
Right. This one is the licorice pencils.
Absolutely not. They're not even sweets for them.
They are great, mate. They are unbelievable. You can pull like the white stuff out of it, and it's like that's exactly the noise you have to make.
Hang on. We don't want talking licorice here, are we?
No, they're not actually licorice. They are licorice, but they don't.
You mean the cables? You mean the cables?
Yeah, cables.
Very different. Very different.
But they're also named licorice.
confusing.
But they're not black licorice, is what you're thinking about.
Yeah, they're not. No, yeah, I know what you mean. You're like I would call them like strawberry cables or raspberry cables or whatever they are.
But I live with a Norwegian, and if anybody knows about Scandinavia, they eat licorice like it's going out of fashion. But it's called black licorice and then red licorice or whatever. Okay, different. Dan, do your own work. Jesus.
I know.
Yeah, low tier. I think they are jelly beans. They are jelly beans. Yeah.
Jelly belly beans. They go up to the top.
Yeah. Jelly belly beans. What are they? That just sounds like you've stolen Isabel's stuff.
No, they're the brand Jelly Belly. You must know Jelly Belly.
I think so, but
it's a brand of jelly beans. The expensive ones that are really, really nice.
All right, Jesus. Did you ever? Everybody in England must have had these. Some sort of like Harry Potter based jelly bean.
Yeah.
Yeah, awful.
$30.
Snot things. But yeah, no, jelly beans are awful, mate. You got no idea. What we got? Fizzy keys. Fizzy jelly keys. I'm not fussed about that. Oh, licorice all sorts.
Awful.
They are like
not even a sweet.
So my grandparents used to have them all the time, and they are disgusting. Just absolutely vile. Right. This looks like a fruit roll up, but it's a fizzy version. You don't know what that is, do you?
I do know what a fruit roll up.
All right, Jesus Christ. But yeah.
Come on, Tom.
It's the fizzy thing.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, they're not too bad. But
Cabley belt, fizzy belt, strawberry belt.
Yeah, sort of like a belt.
Looks like a belt, isn't it? Yeah,
rolled up belt.
I think that's good on fire. And then here, chocolate raisins. I can't stand them. They're awful.
They're not shit though.
This is like what's your favourite Revel?
Yeah,
just
coffee.
Malteser, mate.
Coffee.
Yeah, just buy a bag of Maltesers. It's fine. Then you don't have the nasty surprise of like the hard caramel. Who wants that? It's awful.
No one wants that one.
No. Then you've got. I'm unsure what that is. It's kind of. It looks like fizzy teeth, but it looks more like
watermelon. Watermelon.
Is it watermelon? I've never had that.
They're good.
That's all right. Well, I'll get some. And then you've got some like black and red jelly things. They look awful. And then white chocolate mice. They are bad chocolate. That's like worse than Kinnerton chocolate, guys. If anybody in your family has bought you a Kinnerton egg, they don't like you.
They don't.
No, awful. Right. So if you had to pick 3 gummies, God tier. That's kind of what we've got to pick, right? What are you taking?
Fizzy cherries, definitely. Probably like the strawberry cables. They're good.
Strawberry cables, so they get elevated from mid tier.
Yeah, and then probably what else is good? What else do I like?
You can have stuff that's not on this list, mate.
I know that's what I'm trying to think of, but I can't remember the last time I picked a mix. So it's I also quite like in Haribo Star Mix. They do the jelly babies, but they're different type of jelly babies. They're smaller and they're really, really good.
Yeah,
I like them.
So I think stuff that's glaringly missed on here is gummy bears. Not on here. Madness. They're great. They're in obviously the Star Mix stuff. Teeth and lips. They're great. I'd put them in there. You can see if you go in Tesco, you can get like all these little packets for like 6 for like 50p or something.
Yeah.
So I would say weirdly I'm going to go cables as well because I do like those. I think I'll have the jelly hearts. They're pretty decent.
Yeah.
And I feel like that. And something I feel like Dan's going to go off on one on this. And I would have milk bottles. There we go. The sigh says it all, guys.
Ridiculous.
Milk bottles are great. All right, with that, let us know. I'll just screenshot that out, and we can see who agrees. What would you add? I'll put a question on the poll. Yeah, mate. Any other business?
No, not from me.
No, not from you. Dan's got to go look after his child because I think nobody else is in the house and they're just running riot.
Yeah, she's running amok, I reckon.
So we're going to love you and leave you. Thank you guys for listening. If you've made it this far into the show, let us know. Well done. And we will catch you next week.
See you later.